He smokes this down by the pole left field, and this game is tied at 1. His 14th, and he'll be staying at the top of the order for a while, it looks like.
Pound cutters in. This is what happens when you don't get it in enough. Too much of the plate to too good of a hitter. Miley actually had shook to throw another cutter in that sequence. What a pretty swing by Acuna.
2-1 pitch. Swing and a drive. That's launched. That ball is gone.
Home run ball allowed by Anderson. 2-out magic for Atlanta, and the Braves are back in front.
You hear the term, ball jumps off a player's bat. It really does off of Acuña's. Great bat speed. Stayed back, had been fooled on a changeup. It looked like they tried to rush something by him.
Yep. So Anderson's allowed 24 home runs now in 127 innings. As Pablo Lopez, a man that's nicknamed Wikipedia by his teammates, as this one's whacked toward right center field and deep. Sierra back, and it's into the bullpen. Another leadoff homer for Acuña. He's something.
That's his third leadoff home run, Joe.
Telling you, that was a good at bat too. He took some pitches.
And the fact that he goes right center like that in the bullpen, that's what I love. We all know he can pull the ball. That ball was on the inner half almost a little bit. You saw him stay inside it nice. And you know, I was talking to Snit this morning, and we were talking about how just he's done great. And I love that he's in the leadoff hole. I think he's done great for the sole fact that he's finally playing games in a row.
Right.
You know, you talk about it. I think we all thought he had talent, but he played, then he was hurt, and he played, then he was hurt. And I think for the first time, he's just playing every single day, and you can tell he's comfortable. And it just so happens that it's working out great for us that he's in the leadoff hole.
22-year-old right-hander Merandy Gonzalez, and a rope hit to deep center on the first pitch. Can you believe it?
My goodness.
Me and Joe just looked at each other and had no idea what to say.
His 10th homer out of the leadoff spot. A homer in 4 consecutive games. That's 4 leadoff homers for Acuña. And just like that, Atlanta leads.
What a doubleheader he had yesterday. Acuña 5 for 8, 2 home runs, a double, 2 walks, 5 RBIs, 5 runs scored in the 2 games. And he led off both ends of the doubleheader with home runs. He's homered in 4 straight games. First pitch, hit hard, left field, deep, might go, gone, he did it again! Seventh home run in his last 8 games. He has homered in 5 consecutive games. He was the youngest player in the history of baseball to do it in 4 consecutive games.
And I don't know about you fellas, I got goosebumps on that one.
They're not wall scrapers either, boys.
Well, how about bookend homers for Acuña tonight? Wouldn't that be something? He went hunting on the first pitch he saw from Mr. Richards and homered. And this one's driven to right. That ball's deep. That ball is gone! That is the ultimate bookend blast. A homer in the first inning on the first pitch. A 3-run homer on the first pitch he sees in the 7th. And the Braves lead by 4. Unbelievable.
Johan kind of ambushed him there by the bat rack.
Guys, he might be the first player I've seen in a long time to look at that, a changeup, and Conley left it right over the middle, Joe, and he just hammered that.
The other way.
I said, you ever seen a guy win NL Player of the Week on Tuesday?
Acuña's hit 12 homers, 24 RBIs, and 25 runs scored leading off. And he got smoked on the very first pitch. Chad Fairchild right out in front of the plate. Acuña tosses the helmet down, and now in a crouch on the third base line. The very first pitch of the game nails Ronald Acuna Jr. And now the Braves are coming out of their dugout looking at Acuña. And now both benches are going to empty.
Brian Snitker's leading the charge.
I don't blame Snip for being mad right here. And I'll tell you what, if the umpire, Chad Fairchild, he should be tossed right here, Joe.
Absolutely he should. Absolutely he should. Meanwhile, Acuña is being tended to on the first, right there. Both sides were concerned about this before it happened. Both sides. Marlins too. Unnecessary. Trying to make a statement, you don't have to do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, if he's not tossed, Chad Fairchild better let us do what we can do too, Joe. I'll tell you that. Because JT Real Muto might as well put a body armor up next time.
I'm concerned that Acuña is still on his backside sitting inside the third base line. He has been in that spot while this scrum took place on the mound. The very first pitch of this ball game hits Acuña flush, and let's see where.
Right on the elbow.
Yep.
Just above it. That wasn't a pitch inside. That wasn't a fastball that ran inside. That was aimed.
That's chicken you know what right there.
And Acuña still hasn't gotten up.
Well, Ureña threw his glove down like he was ready for all comers.
If he has to come out of this game because of this pitch, Ureña should face an unbelievable suspension.
I've never seen Brian Snitker so mad.
This is as bad as it gets. You've got a rising young star that you're trying to send a message to, and all Acuña is trying to do is do his job, and he gets hit. Absolutely brutal.
George is motioning to the dugout for something.
And Acuña just flipped his arm pad onto the mound right at the feet of Ureña. And Snitker is still hollering at Ureña. Walt Weiss is out there too. Now the Marlins are coming back out.
I don't blame. I tell you what, right now, there's EY. Okay, I'll tell you what, guys, this is your young superstar right here.
Yeah.
It's like in hockey when you got your stud, you got guys around him that are going to protect him, and I like to see this. I don't blame Snit.
It was intentional.
I'll tell you what, it's the first time in 2 years that I wish I was in uniform tonight.
Well, remember a few years ago in Bryce Harper's rookie year, he got hit. I think it was Cole Hamels that nailed him trying to send a message, and it was universally decried as a ridiculous move. What in the world is Ureña, and what are the Marlins trying to prove in this situation with Ronald Acuna Jr.?
And Joe, I think what Snit, I don't think Snit would have been going as crazy if they would have tossed him right away. I think that's his thing, is wants to ask Chad Fairchild and the rest of the guys, how is he not thrown out?
Paul Nauert is crew chief. Eric Young there in the helmet.
Bryant, I think, got tossed by Paul Nauert.
He shoved Anderson.
And again, we won't know till after the game. We may never know. My question is, where does this come from? Where did this come from? Whose idea was this? And who thought this was the smart thing to do? And now the 4 umpires are meeting in the center of the diamond. The first pitch of the game drills Acuña. He's standing at first base. And for the moment, Ureña is still in the game. And you know the Braves are going to want to take their shot at some point, either tonight or when they go down to Miami. And to your point, Jeff, if there's a warning issue and Dossman hits somebody,
if he's not tossed right here, then there should not be a warning set right here.
If he's not tossed right here, this is not over.
No, it's not.
And
but you know what?
It's going to be more. And they just threw him out. And a warning issued.
Yep.
I don't think they threw Ureña out.
They threw somebody out. They thought he pointed at him.
I think they did. I think they threw Ureña out of the game. And because the umpires know exactly what could take place here, Ureña's been thrown out of the game and warnings have been issued.
Joe, you know what I bet when they got together is exactly what you said. If we don't throw him out right now, we can't issue a warning. And if we can't issue a warning, this thing's going to get out of hand next inning.
Yep. It won't be the last time everybody's on the field. Chad Fairchild throws him out. Warnings to each side. And Don Mattingly out pleading his case, but it's a tough one to plead.
And again, whose idea was that? Now Acuña is walking off the field from his spot on first base. The Marlins will have to bring in a relief pitcher.
I think this is one person that decided to try to run the show.
Well, you see that heavy wrap on Acuña's arm, and while he's been throwing in the outfield, he is waving that left arm around just to try to keep the blood flowing up by that elbow. So hopefully he'll be all right the rest of the way. So it's 1-0 Miami. Dietrich, Dean, and Riddle are coming up for the Marlins. They cashed in a leadoff walk, and time is called.
Coming in.
Acuña's coming in. He signaled to the bench, and the second base umpire Carlos Torres noticed something, and it's looking like Acuña's not going to be able to continue.
Well, I'd say this right here. I bet you after he got hit, Joe, the adrenaline took over. He said, okay, I'm okay. And you get hit right on that little bone right there, it deadens it. And I guarantee you right now it's just dead. He can't really feel his arm.
Probably started throbbing a little bit. I think this is probably a good idea.
You see him, he's trying to get it loose, and I think it's not going to happen.
Yep.
So Adam Duvall's going to trot out to left. This is a good idea, but this is bad for baseball, folks. It's as bad as it gets.
I texted him after the game and this morning again just to check he was okay, and first thing he say, hey, I'm ready to go. And I say, well, I don't make the lineup. You got to tell that to the manager. And he say, give me his phone number. I need to tell him and translate for me. So right away I told him what to say.
Yeah, I'm 100% ready to go. It's like, thanks. So am I.
And plenty of smiles for the Braves as Ronald Acuna escaped serious injury last night. Joe told you about these suspensions. As you see the Toyota starting lineup: Acuña, Albies, Freeman, Markakis, Camargo, Inciarte, Suzuki, Swanson, and Julio Teheran. John Gray is the opposing pitcher. Braves will have a new first base coach tonight. Eric Young suspended 1 game. Coaches and managers can't appeal those suspensions, so Eric will watch this one from afar tonight. Sal Fasano will be in the first base coaching box in Eric's stead. So it's Acuña versus John Gray, who's had his way with the Braves as well in his career.
Unbelievable numbers against the Braves. Lifetime undefeated, 3-0 with a 1.04 ERA out of Chandler, Oklahoma. But listen to the hand for Acuña.
It's pretty cool right there.
Yes, sir.
You see the arm protector for Acuña as John Gray, with that modified windup, turns it loose, and his first pitch misses up and away. Ball one. So everybody can breathe a sigh of relief.
We're past the first pitch.
Yes. In case you wondered, his homer streak in consecutive games is still alive, and a base hit on the second pitch of the game. So Ronald Acuna with a 9-game hitting streak, 17 hits in that stretch. Oh baby, how big was that?
Well, I love the sign he gave to the camera today during their early extra batting practice when he pointed at his arm and he said it's strong and ready to go.
I was talking to Brian Snicker after the game last night. People were trying to ask, you know, how he's going to be 2 days, 3 days, what it is, and he said, hey, listen, if he tells me he's ready to go tomorrow, I'm putting him right back in there.
You know it.
And you see the athletic tape at the elbow and at the start of the forearm, and some swelling there for Acuña, it looks like. Wouldn't know it, a laser beam single starts his night. Gray here in the opening inning. Acuña starts, takes off. Walter's throw is going to be high, and Acuña holds the bag at second. He steals his 9th base.
Able to hold the bag with his left arm, too. Great jump.
I was talking to Ender down there today. He didn't want to wear that protective
tape
brace, not the tape, the brace to hit. And George and the training staff said, you want to play, you're wearing the brace.
So here's Acuña. He's our Zaxby's indescribably good player. Incredible numbers over his last 9 games. Trying to extend his consecutive games with a homer streak right here. And kept it away. 1 ball, 1 strike. What a cheer this kid got when his name was announced before the game even started, that he was in the lineup. And then a standing ovation when he batted in the first inning and he rifled a single. Didn't have good footing on that pitch and missed badly. Ball 2.
Yeah, O's had some great years with the Cardinals before this. He was really good there.
Ronald asks for time, and it's granted. 2 balls and a strike.
Yep, they have people down there. You guys talked about their bullpen signings in the offseason. This is another good addition. You're right, Jeff.
Lifted out of play. It's 2-2. So O is ready. Here it comes. And it's a full count. The homer would be nice. Getting Acuña on would be pretty darn good too, because he could move himself into scoring position with his legs. He stole a base in the first inning as well.
Having him in the lineup is the bonus already.
Yes, sir. Now the payoff pitch is lifted toward right field. Cargo on the run, and he'll make the play, and that is the second out. So barring extra innings, Acuña's consecutive games with a homer streak will end. He's 1 for 4, and Ozzie Albies will try to keep the Atlanta 8th alive.